Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Justin, the Savage, and your boy Charlie, the taxi rideshare man. Taxi cab discussions. Guys, don't forget to check out his YouTube channel, Taxi Cab Discussions. And today he's gonna walk you guys through how to move a double wide trailer with one trip.
All right, so today we're looking at moving this,
Mountain Dew.
and picked this trailer up pretty inexpensive, but the problem is it's got to be moved. It's a 1982, so it doesn't have the wiring issues and stuff of some of the older ones. Check your local laws, everything else you got to run through, make sure you get it right. They made us go through a couple classes with the state to get verified that we knew what we were doing. So don't try this at home unless you've got the knowledge and the education to do it. Here's what we've got. I'll give you guys a quick little rundown. We built this frame here. It's got to have some 45s in there still. It's not completely finished yet. Semi hitch will go into this spot here that's still open. Flat piece of steel will be in there, and then the hitch will come down on the bottom there. The semi will back right up underneath that thing to be able to attach. You'll see it comes down at the 40 or the 90 there, and then the frame goes across, catches the two middle frames underneath the trailer, and then if you come around the back side here, get underneath it so you can see what we're talking about. You'll see another piece of steel here that's a 10-inch channel. It's 3/8 inch thick, and it runs the full length. It's 22 feet. It's a little bit thicker, you can see, than the actual frame the trailer's made out of, so it's quite a bit stronger. That's the hitch there. It comes clear back, ties in to the back there, ties into the front. We'll have two more pieces that we'll put on the front later to keep the two middle ones from twisting or bending. Needs all four frames in two different locations to be able to support that weight. We looked it up online. This trailer weighs, from the manufacturer, it weighed in at just over 40,000 pounds. However, the inside of the trailer has a lot of rock around the fireplace. The bathrooms have all been retiled. The laundry room's been retiled. The kitchen's been tile wall. It's got a lot of extra weight. So we're guessing somewhere around 45,000 pounds. 20 tons is about 40,000. So we're using 20-ton jacks. Each jack could almost hold the weight of the entire trailer. And as you can see, we've got four of them back here, one on each one of the frames. As we jack it up, we only jack it up 1 to 2 inches at a time, and then we support it with blocks. The reason we do that is if the jack gives out, we need something to be able to catch it. Anything over an inch or two, when that trailer falls, it does have the tendency to shatter those blocks just like a little karate dude. We're still buckling up the axles underneath here. It's 3 axles on each side. And then to keep the trailer from pulling apart, once we get this up and the tires on, we'll bring one more beam and weld it across the back here. We've got some 12 tons back here. These aren't to hold anything else up but the tongue. Those 20-ton jacks in the middle are what's really holding the weight, and they'll lift high enough to lift this whole back end completely up. These 20 tons are just to bring the bow out of the beam. They're not holding a lot of weight. Plus, there's nothing heavy on the back end. They're just two empty bedrooms. You can see the gap in between. We use that gap to kind of get our idea of which the ends need to go in and out. So, for example, that gap at the top, if it gets big, we know the two outside ends got to come up. Same with this here. We can use this frame here, where the two pieces of steel here are pretty close to being level. We try not to let those move more than about half an inch at a time. That way you're not pulling things. It's still pulling things apart, but not as bad as it could be. Underneath, you'll see a bunch of frames that come up, and there's a bolt that holds each one of those together. That's why we don't want to go more than a half inch at a time. We don't want those bolts falling out. This concrete you're seeing here was the original stucco skirting that was around the trailer. We pulled all of it off earlier. It could not be saved because of the way the skirting was done. However, that skirting is a superior skirting to your vinyl, your typical vinyl like the one back here. This vinyl, you'll see holes in it, you'll see the corner falling apart, things like that. It just doesn't hold up. That trailer has not been here very long. It's quite a newer trailer. Weed eaters eat it up, animals bump it, cats get underneath it. It's horrible. This concrete skirting ends up being a lot more insulated, protects from frozen pipes, ends up looking like a foundation when you're done. When we get there, we'll try to update the video with the finished product in a few months. But there we go. We are about to to try to get some tires on this thing.
About to get to work. We're about to put this mug in the street, get it moved before it snows.
We'll try to update you once we get the semi brought in here.